Okay, trying to figure out how to orientation locked. Why is it locked? Rotate the device. Why I can't rotate the orientation of the video. Who makes videos in freaking portrait mode? Okay, I'll have to improvise. Hello. I'll wait for more people to join in. So I wanted to do this video, well, for a while. As the title says, I think I'm being shadow banned by YouTube. I just found out today about the term shadow ban and what it means. Better in portrait. Yeah, I know, but I can't flip it. It just, when I do this, it says orientation is locked or rotate the device. I think YouTube is forcing me to use the portrait rather than the landscape. Okay, I'll keep it this way. I have a question for you, my audience. I haven't announced this live video, so let me see if I can put my phone here and it doesn't slide. Okay, so I don't have to hold it. I have a question for you guys. First, hi, thank you for joining. My question is, how many of you are getting notifications when I upload new videos? So here's what happened. Hi, Pablo. Pablo. So what happened is I've noticed maybe 2020, before the pandemic, or just around where the pandemic started, a little bit later, sometime in 2020, my videos just started dropping in views. I would, have exclusive content. I would be one of the first who films new cars, who reviewed new cars on YouTube, and I would usually get a lot of, views on the car reviews. But around 2020 and maybe towards 21, I've noticed, I think actually it was fall of 2020 or 2021, I can't remember, but I just noticed huge drops in my channel views. And I have a friend who is also, doing the same type of videos, and his channel was growing. He uploads basically the same car, and his channel is getting a lot of views. My channel, for some reason, just dropped it in views, dropped it in new subscribers, and I thought to myself, maybe I'm doing something wrong, but everything was good. And then today, my girlfriend mentioned, "Hey, maybe you're being shadow banned." I'm like, "What's shadow ban?" And she's like, "Well, some people are saying that they're unofficially being not promoted on the platform, and that they are losing reach." And I felt this is what's happening to me, and this is very demotivating because you're doing a lot of work, and you're getting an income from the platform, and all of a sudden there's a huge drop and you lose your motivation. And I've been struggling with this for 2 years, and I've been just pushing the content, putting more content, and working hard and smart. But the channel, yesterday I've uploaded a video of the new Citroen C5 Aircross, and the video was just not available on YouTube. And I've noticed this a few times, you couldn't find it in search. And after maybe 6 hours, it was there. But what happened is that on the beginning of the life of the video, from the moment you upload the video and make it public to the moment that it starts getting views, if it doesn't get a lot of views from you guys and a lot of likes or comments, then the algorithm thinks this video is not interesting and it's not going to promote it to other people. So what happens is, because the video was not being available in search, only a few people saw it through the Instagram stories from the direct link. YouTube algorithm thought this video is not interesting, and it just stops promoting the video. And the whole work that I've put into the video is just like not being paid off. And I've been experiencing this lately a lot. And it's just the channel is suffering, and I have no idea how to fix this. I I've I've been gaining like a good amount of subscribers before that. And I noticed last year I barely got 10,000 subscribers altogether through the whole year. And I've passed 80,000 subscribers now. And by this time I was hoping to, pass 100,000, because once you pass 100,000 subscribers, you get support um, by a real person. At the moment, I can only type, I need, I have this problem, but no one's going to reply to it. Okay, I'm going to come through a few comments here, and let me see here. Because live chat are visible. Okay, let me see here. For the comments, so most of you saying hi, thank you for joining. Okay, some people are saying they have notifications. So the thing is, if you click the bell and all notifications, then you're gonna get notified. But if you have personal or just click the bell, you're maybe not gonna see all the videos. Can you do a point of view of BMW M135i? I've explained this to my audience a few times. Unfortunately, the reason why I don't do BMW reviews is due to the fact that there's a single exclusive dealer who doesn't want to give me car reviews. Not just to me personally, just in general. He doesn't want to do any kind of media tests or anything. And I've reached out to the BMW dealer a few years ago, and their young people who are working at press were super excited. Like they were like, "Yeah, we're down to this. We want to give you cars for reviews." And think back, this is like a few years ago when no one was doing car reviews, and they were like, "I want to do car reviews," and they were like, "Yeah, we're down to this. We think that's a good idea." But then their board members, who are the owners of the company or the license, they're old folks. They didn't understand this, and they were like, "No, we're not interested." And since then, they've changed. Few people working in their in their marketing department, and they've all tried to talk to their board members, but they're always saying no, no, and no. So unfortunately, I'm unable to test BMW cars. One of my family members, actually from my second cousin, works as one of the directors of the production in BMW. And but here's the thing: German people, they're not gonna, they really want to keep things professional. They're not gonna help you because, hey, I know you, I'm gonna help you. It doesn't work that way in Germany. In Germany, people are very strict about stuff, and I mentioned to him that I reviewed cars and my problem with the local BMW dealer, but he was like, "I'm sorry, that makes no sense, but it's nothing he could do personally." Okay, I'm gonna come back to a few comments. I just have to like click every time to like see your comments because they disappear. Okay, let me see here from the top, or long time no videos from bell icon. So yeah, that's weird. I mean, you should be getting. So check if you have on the bell, when you click on the bell, if you have all notifications on. Okay, greetings to Kusama Gaming from Ukraine. So the situation in Ukraine is really just awful. There's no words to describe people making wars in 2021 or 2022. I mean, 21st century. It's just, unfortunately, that is politics. Bigger things that are above our power, and I can only pray. I'm really praying. I'm a Catholic. I pray every night for war to stop, and for people to start using their brains, and because what's going over there is wrong, and we experienced this in Croatia 30 years ago. When I was a child, there was a war here when Serbia was due to political reasons making aggression on Croatia. I'm trying to look forward and not look at the past. YouTube is definitely promoting native English speakers more. I'm talking American English. I don't know if this is the reason why. I don't think that's the reason. I don't know. Tell me how to migrate to your country. Okay, if you're from Ukraine, Kasuma Gaming, Croatian is open. There's a lot of people from Ukraine coming to Croatia here. We've been, at least Croatian government has been taking in refugees from Ukraine. Our languages are sort of Slavic similar. And if you want to come here, you just need to cross the border. And I even heard people are getting employed here that are refugees. So I guess in a few months you can learn the language. It's not that different, or at least it's easier. Excuse me. It's different, but it's easier for you to learn our language. Croatian is similar. So if you're interested in, and if you really need to, if you're in a highly impacted by war place, say if you're not on the, I guess, western side of Ukraine, close to Lvov, you should, if your home is destroyed, everything, just get in one of neighboring countries. You can come to Croatia. We're definitely looking for a workforce. Because in the summer season we were always looking for more workforce, so you can definitely find a job at least for the season, and then off season I'm sure you'll once you learn the language and you get some experience, you're gonna find a job. So this is a little off topic, but I wanted to just help the person if he's asking. Dejan Hagitić, thank you for the support. I can see in my feed. Okay, that's good. Just compare How to Get Fuel to your to other crappy American channels. How to Get Fuel is really great, but the only gets small fraction of the views that much lower quality channel gets. Yeah, I've met Thomas. I haven't talked to him. We just met for a selfie, to be honest, in Frankfurt before pandemic. Yeah, he's very detailed. He's probably the only channel that's detailed as I am. But he's not too much criticizing. He's getting there now. I also talked to Matt Watson. I met him also in Frankfurt before the pandemic, the last Frankfurt EAA. And I've showed him the channel. At that point, my channel I was one of the top channels in Croatia as well, but my channel was like super great. I had more views than How to Get Fuel, and even than Matt Watson and Carwa Watson on some videos. But what happened is I showed him my channel and he was like blown away what I did as a sole person without any press background or anything like that. But those were the good times. And then like a year later or 2 years later, my channel just started suffering bad. I don't know. Positive Tesla group. So yeah, hi to anyone who's in my Tesla group. There's some really cool people in Tesla group, and there's some really like crazy fanboys in Tesla groups that are a little bit fanatic, to be honest. I think your distinctive thing is that you are so tall that you really can give a perspective how much headspace there is in cars. Very few car reviewers can do it like you in that respect. Yeah, I'm blessed with height, or I don't want to think curse, but there's definitely benefits of being a tall person, but there's also some like downsides of being a tall person. Many people tell me that before they meet me in person, like, I didn't know you were that tall. But yeah, when you look at it, like, this is a little off topic, but I was thinking, like, there's so many tall people who have same problems that I should like, or we should make a group like what's the name in Croatia? There's a name in Croatia for that. Like they open a bunch of people open a forgot the Croatian word because I'm thinking in English. Basically, it's like a group of people who get then recognized by government, and they can have some sort of benefits, some rights. So I think like 2 meter tall people have a bad time finding a right car and fitting their budgets because sometimes you just can't afford a car that's good for your size of your body. And sometimes if you're in a small car, like my parents had a 206 Peugeot 206, and for me that car was so small I couldn't put my feet were like literally next to the steering wheel, like my knees. Like it was terrible. It was such a pain driving the car. It's a nice car, but it's anyways. Just reading other comments. Maybe it's not aligning with your trend, but it's good. But I was always wondering why don't make reviews of a bit older cars. Here's the thing about older cars. People are saying, why don't you do review cars of used review cars? But mostly it's because of the algorithm, and the amount of people looking at something. So there's always more interest in new cars, and I'm personally more excited about new cars rather than old cars. Another tip: make your videos shorter, more structured with timestamps, and try to add some stupid humor like car wow. Okay, honestly, I am a little bit more serious when it comes to making reviews because I like to be detailed and I like to give the viewer, because I'm looking at the viewers as a potential buyers. I like to give like information that is valuable when you're looking to purchase a new car, because the whole idea of making this videos, the car reviews, came from my experience when buying a new car. My first car was a Skoda Octavia 3. I bought it used, like 1.5 year old. It had 100,000 kilometers on it, which was a little bit odd. But it turned out that it had like a fender bender on the rear, and I guess the price went down before they fixed that, and I've got it really for a bargain. Like take down almost 10,000 euros down. And I took a chance with that car, and it was a great car. I had no problems with it. And when I was looking at that car, remember 6 years ago back, or actually 17 years ago back, that really now sounds like a really long time, but there were no videos. There was like few press videos and few people doing like a random video walk around. And I thought to myself, like, wow, I mean, there's so many people reviewing iPhones, but there's no one reviewing cars. I want to get some feedback. Like, does this car have problems? How does it drive? And so on. Things that I do now. And at the time, my idea was like, I want to do videos that help others. And then I started making these videos for Skoda cars only. And then I introduced Volkswagen and some other car brands. And then I realized, like, hey, I can make some ad revenue out of this. And then I've started thinking of this as a job, and that's the way it went. Okay, back on the comments. And yeah, the reason why I didn't make shorter videos, I started making longer videos, and this is mostly due to the fact that YouTube has changed the algorithm. They want you to have they're watching this, they call it click-through ratio. It means how many people click on the video and how many watch it to the end. So they want you to watch the video longer, and then if it has a long viewing time, then they're going to promote it to other people. So they're like encouraging you to make a longer videos, and then I've started focusing more on the infotainment to make the videos a bit longer. Sometimes I get carried out, so the videos will be like really showing you the whole infotainment. Usually the infotainment takes about 20 minutes. Some car infotainments have so many menus inside. Then I started like skipping a few things, just showing it so someone can pause the video and read what's on the menu as an option. I honestly, when I was doing my Tesla video, the video was 2 hours long to cover like every single detail, including the infotainment. And I've cut the half of the video, and a few times I did it again and again for 6 times, for 6 freaking times, because I wanted to make it perfect, to remember all the information from the top of my head, not lose myself. And I've shortened it to 1 hour and 15 minutes. That was long, but people who were waiting for their cars were like, wow, I would watch even if it was 2 hours. So I was like, okay, great. So I'm happy that people were enjoying that. I also do always the first look videos, because in that you can see the whole car visually. It's like a visual review, so you can see the whole car if you're not interested in the full review. In a few videos I did add like timestamps, but have in mind I'm working on my computer. There's so much work in making the video while you're filming, and then putting it on your laptop and edit it, cut it, listen to it, check if there's any mistakes. I have to listen to myself, think about that for like once or twice, and if the video is long, it's painful. And then I have to, like, sometimes I add the timestamps, but it's takes so much time. I get tired after that. I work for hours, I film for hours, I put the video together for hours. And even then, when you upload it to YouTube, there's hours of working, translating the videos, and it takes a lot of work. People think it's easy money. It's not. There's a lot of hard work going into YouTube, and putting research before you make car reviews. And then there's a whole different problem. I'm gonna just try to shorten this one and then read more comments. Since the pandemic, Croatia is a small market, so they're not sending so many cars anymore. They even reduced the amount of cars that can sell in this market. So people buy a new car, they wait for a year or more, and people are frustrated. It's crazy that I got my Tesla after ordering it in a month and a half, and people are waiting for 6 months, for 12 months, for more than a year. It's crazy. And I was working with salons, so I would get test cars from them. Then they didn't have enough test cars. And it's a problem. It's a serious problem getting a cars. People were asking me, hey, I want to do YouTube reviews of cars as well. I was like, try it. I don't mind. But what happened is you just can't get a car. It's so hard. Even people who have like press background, the classical press, they're going to get cars always. But if you're new, if you're independent, it's so hard to get cars. I'm not lying. I'm being 100% honest here. And that's the reason why you see cars late. Here in Croatia, the cars are really, really super late compared to the rest of the market. And it's hard to stay competitive against the competition on YouTube when you don't have new cars when they're actually new. Okay, back on comments. Thoughts of the C5 crossover, new or old, that it's not a plug-in hybrid. Okay, honestly, I haven't tested that car. I started working with Citroën recently, with the importer actually. So I haven't driven the C5 Aircross at all, but I had a friend who bought the recent model, not the new that I published it today. And I've driven the rest of the cars that are lower, like the C4, C3, and I gotta say, I love the Citroën cars. They're really super comfortable, and their engines were generally good. They're reliable. Before they had in past problem with the electronics and stuff like that, but I think they've surpassed that. And I think it's a comfortable SUV. It should have a good consumption. But I don't like to like make up and lie. If I didn't test the car, I'm gonna just say I didn't test the car. I don't want to pretend that I know about it if I don't know about it. I'm gonna tell you if I know about it. If I don't, I'm not gonna lie. This is me. I'm being 100% honest. I'm not gonna make stuff up if I don't know. If I tested the car, I'm gonna give you every detail that I know, that I can remember. Some people ask me like 6 months, 1 year later, hey, what do you think about the car? I honestly can't remember all the details. So I have to like watch my video, or just I tell you to watch the night point of view review, because I summon everything in those videos. What I experienced while driving the car, all the feelings, the comfort, everything. Just watch my point of view videos if you want to find out how the car feels on the road. And I usually put there the consumption tests. Can you sit comfortably in the rear of an Audi A6 sedan? From my memory that serves me, I think it was yes. The answer was yes. I think the A6 is just about okay for me, 2 meter tall, but A4 is short. Now I've reviewed the A6 almost like 5 years ago, and it was picked up by what's it called? A Drive Tribe. Yeah, my A6, A8, I think. No, it was the A8 and the A3 that I've reviewed from that my friend bought. They really like mentioned one of the top like 5 reviews on the internet. They've mentioned one of my videos. Okay, the Kusama Gaming is from Lavov, so that's West Ukraine. So still, if you're interested, I think borders are open for everyone who's from Ukraine. If you want to come live here, you know, take a chance. Sometimes you got to get up away from your comfort zone, in a way. Hi from Wars. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong. Worcester? No, Worcester. Oh, Massachusetts. Okay, I'm pronouncing this wrong, but I can see Massachusetts. Okay, hi. Lovely reviews and detail you do in each. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I think if you want my views, you shouldn't cater to serious customers looking for factual information. You should just focus on entertainment. That is the reason why Top Gear and so were so popular. Yeah, someone told me that today. I was talking to a person, he just mentioned the same thing. Like Jeremy Clarkson got popular because he was criticizing, not because he was. I understand that, but think and all this sea of people who are trying to be entertaining. I'm one of the few people who are trying to be informative, and I think maybe I should put some more humor in my videos. So I don't know. I don't like to use like F word and something like that to be more like slang words. But yeah, I guess I could put some more humor in it. Sometimes I'm just so focused on showing you and thinking like in my head, like I need to show this. I just forget to be humorous. And sometimes I do, but it's, I guess, just a little. I'll try to be more humorous in the video. Okay, I'll do that. I'll work on that. Most viewers just want light, entertaining content to fill their boredom, or because they want to daydream about something random, cool car. Well, that is true. I know a lot of you are just, watching my point of view, but I don't talk, or night point of view, so you just turn off the sound and just enjoy the scene. But yeah, I get it. Some people are not interested in buying the car. They just want to see the car they cannot afford. I was watching Tesla videos, to be honest, for years, thinking, oh my God, this car is so good, but I can't afford it. I know the feeling. Are you going to upcoming car shows? I am. I'm going to another car show next week, but I'm afraid there won't be too many new stuff. I'm supposed to go to Italy as well next month, and I'll see. I've got not an invitation. I've applied to a sort of exclusive event in Italy that has to do with classical cars, and there might be some new cars over there, like not announced. So I'll see if I can fill something more exclusively for you guys. Usually, that like to enter there, you have to pay like 1,000 euros or more. But as a press, because I have an automotive channel, they've kind of accepted me an invitation, so I'll travel there. I'm doing my best to give you guys fresh new content, because in Croatia it's so crazy to get new cars. The cars the dealers and importers I work with, they at this moment don't have a single new car. Everything is old. They're new, no new cars. I've been yesterday on the Croatian premiere of the Volvo C40, the electric version, and the XC40. Those cars are 1 year old. The Bjorn has already, he made like range test, everything. Over here, they give you a car for basically half an hour. I managed to get an hour, which is not enough, to give you some sort of review, because I like to take the car like to do an actual range test, but they don't have the car. Even to the press, you're gonna have one car. The legacy press, they're gonna book the whole week, and the Croatian press, and I won't be able to get the car. Honestly, it's that hard. It's come to that. Before it wasn't like that, but now it's like super hard. Are you going to any upcoming? Okay, I read that comment. Sorry. In Great Britain, GB. Warcaster. I pronounce Worcester. Not sure about American pronunciation. Okay, I guess this is Great Britain. Okay, my mistake. Yeah. Anyways, this is like half an hour long. Okay. Anyways, the channel has been experiencing serious drop in views. I don't know if I'm being shadow banned by YouTube or what. Definitely, when I pass 100,000 subscribers, and I know this for a fact, I'm gonna get the option. At least my channel is gonna get option to get a real person support. And then I can tell them my problem. They can look into it on the platform and see if there are any issues. Because a few years, it's in my memory, it's a few years back, but it was actually like 4 years ago. What happened is, when my channel was like around 15,000, 20,000 subscribers, YouTube just deleted my whole channel. And I was like, what the heck? Why? And my channel was gone. You couldn't find it. Channel, no videos, everything was gone. I was like, oh my God, I invested like a year or 2 years into it, and it was just whoosh, gone. And I managed to reach out. I have no idea. I found somewhere a email, and thank God someone replied from YouTube, and they're gonna look into it. And there was nothing. For a few days there was no communication, no response, and then boop, my channel was back, and they've said that they apologized, that the algorithm made a mistake. Mind blow. I was crazy. I was going crazy. Like, I was like, oh my God, thank you. They returned my channel, and this channel, the YouTube platform, gave me this amazing opportunity to be independent as a creator, to be able to criticize. I never talk trash about cars, but to criticize openly. Because think of this: when you're not like Matt Watson, you're like really popular person, and able to be criticisive, you have to have some credibility. And if you're not, people are going to be, how are you going to criticize my car? I'm not going to give you cars for review. The press or the marketing people, they don't want you to talk bad about their cars. Zero. They're like, zero. Don't talk bad about the car. Just say the good parts, please. Like, that's not objective. I need to tell people, like, if something could be better. I'm not gonna say, this car is trash. I'm gonna say, hey, this could be better. Like, I don't know, maybe Skoda, BMW, I don't know, Citroen. Maybe this is a better way. I think this could be improved. It's better in this car, And when you're thinking of like car prices are getting crazy these days. And when you think, like, I need to put a 20,000 euros, that's nothing today. I need to put a 40,000 euros into my car. You want to know that you're investing your money in a good car. You want the car to be reliable. You want the car to last long, not to have maintenance issues, problems, and so on. And that's when valuable information comes in hand, because you don't want to go to the first car salon, pick a car you like, and then purchase it and then realize, oh, I have a problem with this, I have a problem with that. And you could have avoided all of that if you've done some research, if you watch some reviews, or ask some friends. And seriously, I had friends that know I'm reviewing cars and they just want to buy a car, and then they came back and like, oh, it didn't occur to me to ask you about opinion or just like a recommendation. I even could have maybe uh, secured them a discount, like a small one, but still it's a discount. But no, they just went there and bought the car. Luckily, they didn't have a bad experience with the car because they've went with Skoda and something similar. But there are cars that I would not recommend. Not like specifically a brand, but some models are just like, I wouldn't invest my money in those. I don't know if you guys have any other questions. This was like me trying to blow off some steam because this YouTube thing where my channel is not growing as it used to, it's super hard. It's demotivating very much. You put a lot of hard work and it just doesn't show results. And I've been just, consistent, keep uploading, keep working, and I hoping, that my work will come through. But it's just been bad. But on the positive side, I am working on the new content and looking to visit new car shows, because if there's no cars here in Croatia, I'm gonna go abroad and make some content there. My dream was to go to United States and do some American cars, but thanks to this pandemic situation, and that was kind of postponed. My idea was to visit the LA Auto Show, or maybe New York Auto Show, or the maybe Detroit Car Show, but we'll see. So if you don't have any questions, I think we can end this video. There's 16 people left. Didn't plan this. I mean, I had idea, but I didn't like announced a live. Probably if I announced the live video, probably have more audience. So this is like random, if you want, a live video. Yeah, I don't know if I have those super chats enabled, but I guess there's not a lot of you who want to compete to pay in a way to promote your comment. I don't expect you to like give me money, or I'm never gonna ask for money, of course. I'm not that kind of type of YouTuber. So yeah. So I'm gonna ask you guys and ladies, maybe. I actually have almost 10% ladies watching the channel, so for an automotive channel, that's quite a lot. Apparently, that's what Matt Watson says. So I have a few cars coming up. The new car is the new Citroen C5X. I actually filmed it in the Zurich in Switzerland, but the car was like fenced, so you could just film the exterior. But I really love that car. The interior is some next level from Citroen. I think if they've focused on those details in the interior, they could definitely make the rest of their fleet more appealing and premium-ish. Okay, more comments. Yeah, I realized that like very early. Yeah, Matt Watson and Car Wow are trying to sell their viewers a car from their website. So generally, Matt Watson viewers are mostly positive. He still point out the negatives in the car. Yeah, it does. I think you have more credibility as you aren't trying to sell cars. You can be more honest. Yeah, I mean, my main goal is not trying to sell you the car, but my goal is trying to help you if you are looking for a car to get more realistic perspective. Hello from St. Petersburg. Hello. So yeah, I've talked to Matt Watson, and he told me that um, their YouTube revenue, it is very good, but for a YouTube channel, but it's like not their main income source. They have a whole team, whole filming crew, whole video editing crew. Yeah, but their main goal is selling cars. So they're now trying to be not just UK number one, they're trying to be in the world a top reseller. So they like do contracts with the local dealers, and they're like if they bring them customers through their platform, the CarWow, they make a margin. It's something I was thinking of as well, but being a one-man army guy, it's super hard. And you have to understand, like, Croatia is a super small market. There's just not enough customers for something like that here. There's not enough business people who would like to invest in that, perhaps, at least not when I'm talking in English. If I was in doing Croatian reviews, it would be a different story. And like UK is a very strong market also as well, and Germany as well, but Croatia is a super small market. It's almost like not that relevant. I think we know who you got some female viewers. Well, okay, I guess. I mean, some people tell me I'm good looking. I mean, I think I am good looking. Maybe that's the reason why ladies watch the channel. I have a girlfriend, so I'm flattered if someone's giving me compliments. I've been actually getting a lot of compliments from men as well. It's a little bit not embarrassing, but I guess. Yeah. I'm honestly not being in shape. I've so much work. I quit a gym 4 years ago when I met my girlfriend. I'm thinking of going back, and I'm so lazy shaving this beard. I haven't shaved my beard like almost 2 years. For 2 years, I think I haven't shaved like completely. Yeah, I've just been getting haircuts like every few months. Are you going to review the new Renault Megane E-Tech? That car is freaking cool. I gotta say that. It does look compact, very compact, but it's cool. Get this, I'm an Apple user. I have a Tesla because it has Apple-ish infotainment. It's very intuitive to use. But the Renault e-Megane, the infotainment, it's Google, but I love the infotainment. It's fast. It has awesome Google Maps on that screen that looks like sort of like a diamond, like the logo, but it looks so good. And the digital cockpit, I made the review, like first review on the Munich EAA, and I've been talking. There was a local premiere, but not in Croatia. It was in Slovenia, but I wasn't invited because it was a limited number due to the COVID, blah blah blah. And I've asked, like, when can I get the car for a review, because I know the importer. And they told me car is moving next month to. It's actually, excuse me, it's being used for educational purposes for their sales people, and it's going to move to Belgrade for a car show, and then after that it's coming back to Croatia. So we might get a schedule. I'm thinking sometimes late May or July, because yeah, that's the time when car might be available for a like full review, and I'm really excited about that car. Yeah, I think when you think about electric cars, okay, I'm gonna talk about that a little bit. If you guys are interested, tell me in the comments below if you're interested or not. So my experience with electric cars, in general, was good, but most people still dislike the fact that the ranges are short. And when you look at technology, I'm an IT engineer, so I do know stuff about technology. They just need to invent new chemistry for the batteries, because with the current technologies, if you put a bigger battery, it the weight counters the range. So the charging isn't as much as an issue anymore as the capacity of the battery and the volume of energy you can store. So if my Model 3 had a 1,000 kilowatt battery, that would be perfect. But then it probably have a higher power consumption and it probably wouldn't get 1,000 kilometers. From my experience, the Model 3 that I own, the long range, has on the highway, if you're driving 130, you can do around a little bit more than 350 kilometers. If you drive a little slower, like in one charge, if you drive a little slower, you can get it to 400. So you can get it from Zagreb to Šibenik. Perhaps I usually make it to Zadar in one charge and have a little battery to drive around and charge the car. But if you stop on a DC charger, let's say 50 kilowatts or more, if you charge for like 20-40%, then you can easily make it. You can actually make it to split anyway. So with the Tesla supercharger, you just stop for 20 minutes or 25-30 if you want to be safe and not worry if you're going to get there with a really low battery. You can make it to split from Zagreb to Split when it's one stop. If you have a standard range plus, you need to stop at least 2 times. So that's why I went with a long range car. And honestly, I am thinking of selling my car, but not because I don't like Tesla or that I'm dissatisfied. It's just I'm thinking of selling the car after another year because that's when my incentive contract expires. So I'm just thinking of selling this one because it has a good resale value and then just getting a new one. So I get the new car, I can make a review out of it and so on, but I also get some upgrades like the Ryzen processor that's in the new infotainment. Yeah. But anyways, electric cars are definitely getting better, but still there's a huge problem with the prices. The prices are way expensive. And I would say that now is definitely not a time to look into a new car because the inflation, the prices, everyone has increased their prices. Their logic is like, we can't, there's a huge demand, we can't deliver that, so we're going to raise the prices and demotivate people. But those who are willing to pay, they're going to pay a higher price, which really sucks. It's not correct if you ask me, but that's what they're doing. And they're overselling cars in value. And probably like 2021 was the best time to get a new car. Now it's 2022, the prices are crazy. And I've got a lot of people saying like, what the heck? I mean, like when you let's look at the Volkswagen Golf. They've increased the prices by 20%. And they've increased it when they've switched from 7th to 8th generation. And now they're thinking like, who's going to pay that much money for a Golf? Because before you used to get for like almost like 10,000 euros difference perhaps, sometimes depending on the package, but it's definitely exiting some people's budgets. So like last year some cars would fit your budgets, and now your what's the word, your options are now limited because your budget is all of a sudden of for less cars. So that sucks when you're looking at a new car. Let's say if I was looking at a Tesla now in 2022, it would be outside my budget. Last year it just fitted my budget with the incentive. But if I was looking to buy it now, I would be late. Are used cars also expensive now? Yes. At least that's what I saw and I heard. Now, I wasn't in a used market personally, so I can't say that, but few people were looking at a used car that I know and asked me for advice. And many people from Croatia would import cars from Germany. And they're saying, yes, there's a definitely increase in used cars. And I know this for a fact also, some people would sell their used car if they had like a second car or third car, if they had more cars, just because they saw opportunity to make money because there was such a huge demand. I heard a person selling their R8 because it was the second car. He wanted to change the car anyway. And there was a guy also who was looking at the R8 and he ordered a new model, but he was supposed to wait for over a year, and he said just like, forget that, I'm not waiting, I'm gonna get a used one that's like this year. And he got a used one, so he paid more for it just to have it now. And some people who have money, they're impatient and they're willing to pay more. Of course, this is like a sports car, entry sports car sort of. But if you're looking at a average cars, they also increase in the prices, not as much, but still it's an increase. And like if I was selling my Skoda Octavia that I left to my parents, now I would definitely get a few thousand euros more. Definitely, I would sell the car way better. I think I saw another comment there. The time is getting a little bit late in Turkey and need to sleep for tomorrow, but I can tell you that this live stream was pretty good. Didn't get bored, and maybe you can live stream more often. I'll do that if you guys are interested. I don't know YouTube algorithm much, but maybe I can help your channel too. Well, if you guys want to help me, every time you see a new video, click on it, let it play in the background, and then if you're really interested, watch it again, or give it a like, leave a comment, anything like cool car, I like the car, any engagement. YouTube algorithm thinks the video is interesting, it's going to promote it to other people. So, and if you share the video, especially on forums, I don't like to spam other forums where I'm not engaged. So, but if you do, if you're not spam, but if you are on the, I don't know, certain forum when you like cars and you see me post a new video, and if you think it's informative and good, and you think it'll help other members of that forum, you can share my video. That really helps me a lot, because when people watch the video and share it more, that definitely helps the algorithm to promote more video. Okay, someone posted something in Cyrillic letters. I honestly don't know how to read Cyrillic. I do local like title and description translations via Google Translate, so more people can just read on their own language, just to be more like friendly to you, the audience. But I can only translate the comment. But I'm on this live stream, so I don't think if I exit the app, I'm not sure if it's gonna interrupt. So if you could type in English, or I only know English and Croatian and similar languages like Serbian, Bosnian, Montenegro. It's basically very similar. I'm not gonna say that it's one language, but your car reviews are superb. Thank you. I mean, I've got a lot of feedback from you, the audience, that you do love my car reviews and that you like the informative. I got the message. You want me to be more funny, more humoristic. I'll try to think of that in the future videos when I'm doing car reviews. Some people were suggesting, and I know YouTube is forcing shorts, but I find the shorts really bad. And this is like when you look at the society and how this platforms, the social media work on your subconscious, people are losing their focus. That's really bad. And that's why they're pushing these short videos. But you're not learning. Learning process takes time. And if you want to see only things shortly, That's just not the natural way of things, how you learn. So you might learn sometimes in a short video through interesting stuff, but I think it's my personal opinion that you should focus on longer videos, because if you always watch short videos, your focus is going to be really short. And what's going to happen is your brain gets hooked up to it. It's like your focus is short, and then when you're talking to someone, to a person, to your friends, you won't be able to focus um, to what they're talking for a longer period of time. You're going to lose your focus. And I've also experienced this before when I was working with in education with kids. They are used to phones, getting things immediately, because when they tap on the phone, they want immediate things, something to happen. If it's laggy, they're like freaking out. Hi, some people are joining right now. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I don't do that. Okay, oh my God, this is like the first what's the name of this? Super chat. Okay, thank you. Whoever donated 5, I guess that's pounds. Thank you very much. I'm speechless. Thank you much. It's not a lot, but it means a lot to me. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, type them. I'm just gonna come back to some other comments that I saw pop here. So love your reviews. Always first with new cars and very comprehensive. You always cover the important stuff that consumers need to know. I'm still getting notifications. Keep up the good work. Okay, thank you for that feedback. Thank you for your answers and keep up the good work. Thank you. I will. And that's it. So the previous person that wrote it in Cyrillic just added a plus, so don't know what that means, but thank you. Accented, I don't know, sure that's the name of the person who donated the £5, but thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I wish you all the best and God bless. If you have any comments, I think I'm gonna end this video live stream. I'd like you now, if you have any more questions, type them in. And I don't know if this is too long. We almost are here for 1 hour. Oh my God, did someone just added another one? Oh, thank you. Oh my God, thank you. Wow. I mean, this is not my goal of video, just like to ask you guys, but for money or something. But I really appreciate it for the donations. I mean, it's £5. It's not a lot, but it helps. But it's almost like 86,000. Excuse me, 86 kunas. It's like almost like you've. What's the word I'm looking for? If you like took me to McDonald's or a restaurant, so thank you. I definitely do appreciate it. Let me see the comments because they disappear. So thank you to Gary O. I don't see the whole name because of the little animal there. Have you tried ads on YouTube? No. If you're asking like of paying YouTube to promote my videos, I was thinking recently, I'm not even 100% sure if that is an option. I know my friend was trying to pay ads on Instagram to promote his Instagram profile, but it wasn't really worth the money, to be honest. See me knees, please. Hello. Okay, Alibaba. Please, please, hello. Okay, hello. I'm not sure what this comment means, but hello. And yeah, also, guys, if you're not following my Instagram, you should definitely follow my Instagram. I always do live stories when I'm making car reviews, so you can know firsthand when I'm doing a new car review and when new videos will be very soon published, because usually after those stories, maybe the next day, I publish the video. And I also always now put the picture and a link with the new car review, so you can directly go to it. Before it was on Instagram, you had to have like I don't know, 10,000 followers, and then you get that option. But they've, after a few years, give it to everyone. And also, if you're not following me on Instagram, there is a link on the main YouTube channel. So it's over there somewhere, there's a link to my Instagram profile. I also post pictures of new cars and the cars I review. So over there, you can also see new posts and new stories. Also, when I travel, I do stories. If you're interested in my travel with the Tesla, I also do reviews when I go to like a really long trip. So I share the experience of also in English of charging, how far did I go, and so on. So I also filmed my trip to Lyon in France, and just didn't find time to make that video, but I will post it. Fran Schleber, you have a great way of thinking. Nice to hear your opinion. More of this content, please. If you're thinking of like more this live videos, I'll definitely try to do another one, but I will announce it on the channel so we can get more people also to. I think it's more interesting because I love your comments, guys. I love your also questions because they also kind of give me more feedback how you guys are thinking, if I need to improve something, or and I just like to hear your opinions. I mean, I would in general love if I could have more comments on my reviews, because I did have them in the past, but I don't know. I guess people are busy, and I know the pandemic affected all of us. It was surreal in a way because people, I don't know. Some people kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Got, I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for? They've kind of retract into their selves, if you know what I mean. They've, I don't know, they didn't want to interact with other people as much, maybe because of this isolations and everything. I think, thank God in Croatia, we don't have to wear the masks anymore, and there's no green passes and all that stuff. It just feels we're back to normal, thank God. And I think we need to socialize more and stuff like that. In fact, a little bit off topic, but we have really good scientists in Croatia, and one of the scientists, they had this theory, but now it's been proven as a fact, and proven by other medical institutes as well, like the Cleveland Clinic in USA, and there's some other here in Europe as well. But basically, if you've recovered from COVID, you've developed a natural cell immunity. And the more you've recovered, the more your immunity is. But, when everything started, you should probably, if you're an elder person or in a risk group, you should get vaccinated. So that, because you don't know if you're going to have a mild recovery or a hard recovery, or if you could have serious health issues. So many people went with that, and governments were kind of enforcing that. But now we know for the fact that if you've recovered, you don't need necessarily to get vaccinated. And I think everyone now thinks we have a good immunity, like in general. So everyone's like lifting those, and it was super hard traveling for me. Because I've recovered a few times, and I think God had so it was like a flu for me. I've never made videos about this, but I had problems traveling because I didn't get in time tests to prove that I've recovered, and I couldn't get the green pass, or whatever you call it. So for me, every time I traveled, I had to do a test, a PCR test, a fast test, an antigen test to prove I was healthy. And it was quite hard traveling to the car shows, thanks to that. And okay, there's some more comments. Andreas Madum said to hear if this is true. I really enjoy your content, and it helped me a lot choosing a car. Much love from Denmark. Well, thank you, Andreas. I really feel fulfilled if I did help people to make a good purchase. If I've helped you in the making decision, because I got a lot of feedback from people, direct messages, sending me their new car pictures, and their experience even after a few years, and thanking me, and that fills my heart. That fills my heart with joy. The whole idea of this channel was helping people and making a decision. So that's like a whole circle. Like when I get a feedback from someone, I bought the car, and then 1 year later, I'm still happy with the car. Thank you. That's the thing I like. Will you be testing the new European version of the MG5 EV Estate? Seriously considering it if it comes to the UK. Let me see, MG5. If I'm not mistaken, MG is a UK brand, if I'm not mistaken, but maybe it's produced in China. I've saw the MG a few times, but not electric version on the car shows. But I haven't filmed it honestly because it was just not, would I say, a recent model. It was just already on the market. And then when you're in a car show, I gotta explain to you this. When you're in a car show, many car shows have like at least one press day. So I usually, because of my channel, I get a press access. But in Germany, in France, only in Spain, people will so polite. They're like, if you're filming something, they're gonna stand out of your way. They're like not gonna be in your frame. They're gonna apologize. They're gonna move away. They're gonna wait for you to finish filming your like a B-roll or whatever. And they're super polite. Because they have manners. Germany, France, people are like opening doors, and this is a press day. People are opening doors, sitting inside. They don't care that you're filming. They're like super rude. It's super hard to film cars and show you a car where there's not a bunch of people opening doors, sitting inside. It's such a struggle, and I stay there from morning to late night until they close just to make some good B-rolls, usually in the morning or a late night, and on the closing, and it's a struggle making reviews. It's it's really hard work, guys, and yeah. And on car shows, then if I stay at an extra day when it's public opening, it's a nightmare. Like everyone's opening, closing. Few people are like, oh, excuse me if I've entered your shot. Most of them are like, they don't care. Thank you. Oh my god, thank you. 10 pounds. I mean, is this the same person? No, it's not. Okay, but Stefan Oaks, I hope I'm pronouncing your name. My English is good, but my reading is not always the best. Thank you for the donation. If you have questions, type them here. Fran, is it always great seeing the in-depth videos of cars and Croatian packages and options, especially the reviews in the wild near summer? Some are really relaxing and informative. Thank you. Yeah, my idea was like, sometimes I review mostly Croatian cars, and packages are different. They're tailored by the local importers, except besides Tesla, who's not like a franchise. They sell their cars directly. But in most Europe, the packages are the same. In the UK, they're mostly different, or they called different, and they variate sometimes. But yeah, my location, my filming location is called Samobor. It's actually just outside the city. The little place where there's a creek, and there's like a forest on the side, like a hill. It's my favorite location, but unfortunately, there's a lot of people who are throwing trash over there. And lately, there's so much traffic there. There's, I don't know, one day I come there's no one, the other day there's like constant traffic. I'm far away from the road, but I love that place. It's such a calming place. I like to do one-on-one reviews with the car, so I can focus if I have time. I can do all like the detail shots, and I can like concentrate and do a really detail review, show you all the functionalities, all the details that I like to. Because when you're working in the city, it's always interruptions. Again, people coming by asking, "Oh, is that a new car?" They always have questions. I'm a patient person, and I always explain to people, answer their questions. Sometimes they're out asking a price about what's new, and they take your time. But I'm a time giver in a way. I'm always trying to help people if I can, at least when it comes to cars, some things that I do know. But yeah, that place is lovely. And one of the reasons why I do always the same route from Samobor to Zagreb, so it's the west side of the Zagreb. Zagreb is quite not a super big city, but it's a big city. And I always use the same route, and also in my night point of view reviews. Only sometimes when I have a press car and I'm limited with the time, then I do like alternate routes. But the idea was to let you guys, if you're looking to like few cars or you're interested, you can always see the same route. It may be different weather conditions or different season, but you will also see if you're looking like into, let's say, Golf 8 and Seat Leon, or I don't know, Tesla, then you will see those three cars on the same route, how they perform, how their suspension, what the noise on the highway. Drive up to 130, 150. It's not speeding here in Croatia. There's like a tolerance inside the law that regards monitoring speed of the speeding, but there's a 10% tolerance above 100 kilometers per hour, and there's a 10 kilometers up to 100 kilometers. So if you're driving in a 80 zone, you can drive actually 90, and if you're driving on a 130 zone, you can drive 143. I'm not good with math from top of my head because I'm a little bit dyslexic, but basically, if it comes to 143, then they round it up to the next round number, which is 150. But if you are a foraging person, if you're visiting, sometimes the cops, they're gonna give you a ticket because they're thinking you're not gonna go to the court and appeal to that. So they're gonna just grab tax money. So have that in mind. One of the viewers from abroad criticized me, why am I driving that, and saying that's legal, and he got a ticket for driving 150. So if you're driving 140, you're definitely not gonna get a ticket. But if you're driving 150, there is a chance that if you have not Croatian plates, that you're gonna get pulled over by the interceptor, because on the highway there are no local labeled police cars for the most part. If there are, they're not gonna stop you. It's like very small chance. But there are undercover cars, usually Audi A4s, BMW. There are some Skodas, and but mostly Audi. And the one way you can recognize them, they have a really dark tint, and they usually have an antenna. That's not the shark fin antenna. It's like the really big antenna or something like that. And sometimes there are a few cars that have those like cameras for reading license plates and your insurance. So they will they scan you immediately. They run you through the database and see if you're insured and if your license has expired. But if you ever get pulled over by cops in Croatia, try to respect them and be polite. Sometimes they're willing to work out, lower your penalty, and there's an option in Croatia. If you pay immediately, you can have a 50 discount. So if your fine is, let's say, 300 kunas, you can pay 150 on the spot. You have no negative points, no prosecution by law, court, or anything like that. You just pay it on the spot. They did increase the speeding tickets, but it still like goes like first 10 kilometers and first 20 kilometers. If it's outside a city, they're not huge fines. But if you go like, if you're driving 250 in Croatia, you're gonna get a fine, you're gonna lose your license immediately. I think you're like good up to 160, 180's mild fine, but everything beyond 180 is like really losing your license basically. And I would not advise people to drive more than like 150. I think driving up to 160 in general is not dangerous if you're experienced driver, if you're paying attention to what's going in front of you, behind you, and you're, you know, adapting to the conditions on the road. Like in Germany, it's completely normal, but 200, if you ever driven 200, it's or above, it's dangerous. I've only tested this on Autobahn in Germany, and you really have to see long way before that it's completely free, because some people cut in. It's dangerous. I would say like those speeds, you really have to be responsible. That's one of those people who are driving recently 300. Even through the media, I got a ticket because it was in a way like promoting themselves and being reckless, not you know, thinking of safety. So that's, I just wanted to be a little bit more transparent about that. What do you think about the design of the new 7 Series? Love it, but it's weird. Those thin lights, I only see just a few pictures. I haven't watched the videos because it's sort of spoiling the car for me. I hope to see the car in person and then let it sink in. I like it. Some people are not keen to the new design. I don't know. What do you think? I mean, I'm not a huge fan of those big grills, but they kind of grown on me, and it's like the new signature. I used to love the classical BMW design, but personal tastes change sometime. Any thoughts on the new Ioniq 5? Sad to see, no point of view driving. I haven't worked with the local importer. I did work with a local dealer who's promising to give me one, but still they haven't given me any ATA. I got the contact from the local importer, but I just was so busy that I haven't sent even an email to ask for one. I know the press people have it, and it's probably booked. I love the car. I've tested the Kia EV7, or no, EV6, no. Forgot, so some numbers were mixing up in my head. But the new Kia EV was just for a short ride, because everything, talking with all the cars being like every dealer's short with cars. The car was quite good. I forgot my GoPro and I filmed, actually asked a journalist to film me with my iPhone. So it's a little bit apology for the language. It's a little bit shitty video. But it was a good car, at least in those like 15 minutes drive that I could experience. I would really love to test the Ioniq. I think it's super cool that you can use your Type 2 outlet to charge other stuff. So if you're going on camping, you can charge, you can watch a TV, you can charge your TV. That's super awesome. And you can charge other EVs, although it's probably just for fun, but probably never gonna do that in reality. And I love the car. It looks like from the outside like a small compact car, but it's actually big, and there's so much space inside. And their idea was, so you can like, if you're traveling a long distance and you have to stop for at least half an hour to charge your car, then and if you need to travel, let's say for 1,000 kilometers, you need to go from Croatia to France, like I did, and you are super tired. You want to have some rest for half an hour, and then you can lower your seat down and, you know, sleep. The front seat lowers down, and then there's like under the sitting area, there's a knee area that goes up and pushes your knee, and then it relieves the pressure, and it works as a super comfortable place to take a nap. Not necessarily sleep, but you can take a nap. and I think it's a great idea. I mean, Tesla never thought of this. There are advanced in thinking technology wise, but they haven't thought of the comfort. And honestly, in the Model 3, the headrest is super dumb. It looks like an egg, and when you're trying to lean back, your head is always slipping on the sides. You can only stay straight, but you cannot, like in Skoda it was a wide headrest, and then you can like take a nap. And in this one it's just like your head is falling in. Even with a pillow that goes around your neck, I was unable to sleep. It was horrible, honestly. Yeah. Let me see. Here is another comment. But I love the Ionic 5 and the cool retro design, and the fact that it has a solar roof. I don't know how much power that gets, but that's super cool. I love to have that on my Tesla, honestly. I don't like the glass roof. I have to tint it because it's in summer, it's super hot. And since I'm tall, I'm so close to the glass roof, it's radiating heat, and I have to put a hat on or have my AC on max. And I hate when I have fans on max below because it's super noisy. And in winter, it was super cold. I had to put a hat on. How crazy is that? So yeah, I'll definitely tint my windows soon. NS, hi. And we have an ANPR, automatic number plate recognition, everywhere in the UK now, even on supermarket car parks. That is horrible. I'm against that level of security. I know some countries like UK, I can assume. I know US has this super terrible problems with the crime. And people were actually saying about electric cars, it's super sketchy to charge your cars at some big malls, because at night, if there's not a good light, people come and they put you on a gunpoint, and then they rob you. And you cannot leave because your car is plugged. There's a whole process of unplugging the car, and it's an issue in some countries like USA. In Italy, I saw on a supermarket parking lot, there was a supercharger, and I saw there was a security car. And when I came to the supercharger, he pulled out and he came back to me. He saw, okay, I'm Tesla owner charging, and then he went like few spots away from me, not to like be next to me and make me feel uncomfortable in a way, but he was close by. And again, I didn't feel like I was unsafe, but I guess people in US would feel safer if there was a car close by, that security car. So it's going to repel anyone who's thinking of robbing you or similar. So I think that's one way of solution. Cameras are definitely not going to protect you because people put their masks on. They can rob you. Luckily in Europe, I don't think we have that, at least here, not in Eastern European countries. I think we have a different mentality, and I'm not trying to be racist or anything like that, but there's sometimes, immigrants, when they don't get a real opportunity to integrate into the society, if they're not accepted, if they're getting used to working on, living on social help, they don't want to work, and then sometimes people get desperate, they turn to crime, and bad things happen. Hopefully we as a society have to work those problems, and help everyone have a decent living. There are one or two Ionic 5s for test drives in Grand Auto Zagreb. Really fun to drive and easy to book. The relaxing seats are nice, but the car charges in minutes, so no time to enjoy. I'll see with the dealer. The problem is, if they have cars and they haven't worked with me, I come over there, I explain what I do, and I'd like to get a test car, and they're like, sometimes like, oh, we understand, but our owner is not interested, and then there's really nothing I can do. I don't like to come over there and then pretend to get a car, because the salesperson wants to sit next to you. I'm like, I film cars car reviews without them. 2023 removed this remove the solar roof, sadly. Oh, yeah, I guess that's really not... either they don't have the materials or it's not super effective, so it's just for a show. Hyundai Tucson or Kia Sportage, what would you choose if you have to? Unfortunately, I haven't tested the Tucson, although I heard it's exactly the same car. The Sportage was really good car. I did again, short point of view driving. The car was lended to me literally for an hour, and that's it. Excellent car, super comfortable. I love the whole Kia is just stepping up in quality. It's like going Skoda steps, I would say. They are better in build quality. I've heard people, having Kias with the regular maintenance, no issues. In the past, there were like rust problems and stuff, but I think everyone surpassed that. And the Sportage was really comfortable car. And it's also good packaging. You don't have to go for the GT line, but the middle package, I forgot the name of the LX or something like that. It was quite comfortable. I have another one. I filmed another one for you guys. I think it's a hybrid or something, but it's gonna come soon on the channel. There are gonna be one, two, three. There are gonna be 3 new cars of Kia on the channel, probably. So stay tuned for that. One is super exciting in design. As a guy from Hrvatska, Croatia, which Slav languages are the easiest for you to understand? Sorry for the off topic. As a guy from as a guy from Croatia, which Slav languages are easiest for you to understand? Okay, here's the thing. I personally, I was a little bit dyslexic, and I had the problem with the... forgot the name in English, but it's problem with reading and learning. So I had to go to like this. Also forgot the name of English. To like linguist, something like that, to help you, overcome those issues. And my mother heard there's an language. Yeah, logopedist. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Thank you, MG. So yeah, I was going to logopedist, and they've helped me, overcome. But they've discovered those issues with me a little bit late. My brothers also have this, but they were, started early, and they've kind of resolved the issue sooner. I was a little bit late, but then one lady opened up literally in my building downstairs. There was like a small business space that was for rent, and she opened a language school, and she was a logopedist. And I went there. My mother recognized like English is going to be #1 language, and she went to school for English, and because she in the ex-Yugoslavia, she was learning only Russian. And then she, realized English was going to be #1 foreign language, and she sent me also to this language school to learn English. And the lady who was logoped, she was basically teaching you how to listen and watch with your eyes how are people pronouncing with their lips, and to focus on how they're with your sound. To just that's the way they do it. To if you're like swallowing words when you're reading, you're not not reading correctly. That's the way how they teach you. They put your headphones, they read with you, and they've correct you when you're wrong. They go back and you read it again. So she had this method of how to make you listen and think about when you're learning a new language, how to pronounce it correctly. So that's the way I've learned the UK English, but I was not too much personally super, what's the word looking for, keen to the UK English. I was more watching TV shows, American shows. And I had some relatives living in the US that came back to Croatia, so they're talking English, American English, so I kind of picked up American accent. I can do a British accent, but I'm not practicing it too much, so it's kind of forcing it, you know. Um, there's always this like barrier inside you that when you need to surpass, or like let go, to be confident to your language. I was not this fluent when I went to US. I went on a wedding. I'm gonna tell you this story. I went to the wedding, and I was ordering some sort of tonic drink. That local waiter from Croatia, but that lived in the US, made me as some sort of a local drink, because they had their own drinks that I didn't know. So I wanted to do something easy, but it was mixed with soda and kind of fooled me. So I've got a little bit, drunk, and then I realized the fear of on confidence in my own English went away, and I just opened up. I started, talking and talking, and that kind of increased the confidence in my English. But still, when you're in USA or somewhere, hearing English more, then you practice it more, then you talk better. I haven't been in USA since 2015, and 2013 was my first time. I was always there for 2 weeks. I had some relatives in New York City, but they've left, one for Australia and another one went to back here to Croatia. So, but I'm definitely, my bucket list is to go back to USA, do some reviews over there. But I'm gonna read the next comment, but just to finish up what I was trying to say, I've learned to speak English because of this whole thing that I explained. And I have a natural ear for adapting to new languages, although I was a little bit lazy to learn new languages. In Croatia, we have a lot of dialects. They're regional, very much. Very a lot of dialects. So when I come to the coast, they speak differently. I just pick it up and I start speaking differently. So I guess that's a natural talent for languages. I can understand other Slavic languages like Serbian, Bosnian, and Montenegro. Slovenian a little bit. They have a little bit different words, but I can understand the context. Russian, I've met a few Russian and Ukraine people, but I would understand few words that are exactly the same or similar, but there's some completely different words that you just don't understand. So I was just talking in English with them, and I just want to mention this since those were mostly girls, not men. And they were like, even before this war started, and all these bad things, besides those two countries, they're like always, it's the politics. The people don't hate each other, but unfortunately, I think that some sort of nationalists inside both of those countries have grown hatred towards each other. Not all people, but some people, and unfortunately, also some higher political reasons, and fight for resources kind of led to this unfortunate war that I hope is gonna end as soon as possible. Wow, we're almost here for 2 hours, I guess, or a little bit more or less. Let me see the last comments. I think I'm gonna end it up here. It's pretty late, and I'll thank you then. Same thing in Poland. We're stuck between English and US accent, trying to find some kind of balance between the proper sound of language. But the native says nothing's worse than fake accent. I was always, how should I say, applause for my accent, that it's good. I know, I dislike personally when I hear, like, I call it broken English, when people sound Russian English, here from Croatia, but it's nothing I can do about it. I'm not trying to be fake. It's just for me, English is when I'm talking English, I'm thinking in English. For me, it's like a second mother tongue. Mother. That's the Croatian translation. For me, it's like a second native language for me. I don't know. Although I'm not American, I never lived in USA. There are even like people sometimes who are Croatians living in the USA saying, "Oh, you have this accent." Even some people from America are saying you have this accent or that accent. They're saying that I have an LA accent. I guess I was watching some YouTube channels for there, so I kind of picked it up by ear, and it's interesting how people respond to that. Hi, what is the best B segment car for you? Honestly, when it comes to naming cars for segments, I honestly don't know most cars in which segment they do go. I have to go online and check what segment is all the cars. I guess B segment is like either small compact cars. Let me check my laptop here. It's ironic. I have my own way of thinking and putting cars in categories. But I think I know what your what classification are you looking at? Yeah, super mini cars, city cars. Well, honestly, I haven't tested too many small cars, and they're not maybe that much popular. Okay, no, actually, no. Also, Polo goes in this. I was thinking of Citigo, Volkswagen Up. Okay, B segment cars. I love the new Polo. I've actually haven't tested like for almost a year because of the pandemic and everything. The new Volkswagen cars and it's just when you sit in Volkswagen, it feels good. Yes, they're kind of plasticky, but it feels good. I honestly, I love Skoda, and I was a bit disappointed with the Fabia because of all the plasticness and just the soundproof in Skoda is just bad. I mean, it's probably Volkswagen politics. They're kind of keeping them underneath them. But I mean, it's a super spacious car when you look at the Fabia, but I think Polo is just a little bit better. But I don't know if it's worth the money. The car prices are just going crazy. If you're looking at a used car or a previous generation, then it's interesting. When it comes to Skoda, I'm not keen to the Fabia or Scala. Everything lower than the Octavia for me is not that quality that I love from Skoda. Although the Skoda is super good value for money, it's just feels a bit plasticky for me, and the soundproof. I like a good soundproof in the car. I hate when you have like a lot of wind noise in the car, and some cars are at highway speeds just for me super noisy. Hyundai is cool. The E20 is a little bit plastic as well. I love the i30. Great car. I haven't driven one, but I've reviewed it on the salons, and the build quality and everything. It feels so solid. I've driven the Kia Ceed, and that's a good car for me as well. So I can say that the i30 is a good car because they're basically the same car, but they're quite good value for money. Kia and Hyundai are definitely where Skoda used to be in value for money. Volkswagen just cars, and the whole Volkswagen group went crazy with the prices. The new C3, excellent car. It is a little bit also feels cheaper, but it's a very basic car, at least the one I had on the test, but it's a solid car. It's very comfortable, good fuel consumption. It looks good. Some people like it. Always the looks and the design is personal taste, but it's a good. I haven't tested the new Mazda 2. Actually, filmed the new Mazda 2, which is Corolla GR. Crazy. I haven't tested the previous model to be honest, but I tested everything else from Mazda. Mazda is such a good brand, guys. If you really, I'm starting to discover Japanese brands. I didn't have a lot of chance to driven them, But Mazda, it's such a good car. Inside, it's definitely premium level. You get a lot of standard packages. It's not like Germans where you buy a lot of extras and the price goes up crazy. It's just you get a nice package, a lot of standard equipment, and it's such a good value for money. It drives good. I'm not a huge fan of the Sky Active X. I, if my memory serves me correct, the fuel consumption was just bad. It was bigger than on the Sky Active G, but the Sky Active G was pretty solid for a new car. I usually get, sometimes cars who are brand new, the engine isn't worked out, but um, if my memory serves me correct, the Mazda 3 and the CX-30, it was quite good. And this is also where I go the next step. I drive these cars for a consumption test for an hour to like get a stable consumption, so I can tell you guys what's the consumption if you're a moderate driver. I just do a lot of things. Also night reviews. I was one of the first people. I don't think I ever saw someone doing when I started doing this, like night reviews and showing the cars at night and ambient lights. When I started doing this, later people started following up with that. So I can't say that it is my original idea, but I am one of the first people who started doing those. Yeah. Another comment there. Kia Niro EV coming in the next 3 Kia videos. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna just reveal it. I did film the new Kia Niro. It's not the electric version. I think it might be a hybrid or maybe even not a hybrid, but the car is so good. I love the design of the lights. There's like on the rear, there was like tunneling for the air, and it just looks super cool. And inside, it looks like the EV6 and super wide, and it's good. Looking forward to the electric version as well, but the car is just, it's different and it looks cool. It looks cool. I mean, some people are going to be like, oh, it's ugly, but again, personal taste. I find it very cool looking, and I can't wait to test it. I tested the electric version. I think I've did one of the like most detailed reviews, and a lot of people like thank you on that video, leaving a lot of comments. It was a pretty good car and a pretty good range. The Koreans are making a good job. I agree. They're learning. Love the night reviews. Okay, guys. I want to thank you all for being with me here. I didn't expect you to join because it's not even like a weekend or anything. I hope you guys get rested for Friday tomorrow, last day of working day. For me, every day is working day. For me, there's like Sunday as a Catholic is my only day where I don't work. If I post a video, I've made it on Saturday. But you have to always give yourself, doesn't matter if you're religious or not, you have to give yourself some time, just to recuperate, to spend time with your family, with your friends. You can't be working all day. You have to have always a good balance. And I want to special thanks to people who used the super chat, who the first time I had the super chat, so that was exciting and unexpected. Thank you very much for the donations. Actually says here on kunas as well on top of my screen, so 177 kunas. It's like you've paid me a nice dinner in a good restaurant, so thank you very much. I think with some few people from UK, so thank you very much. Yeah, I appreciate these like small donations, even if it's like $1. I appreciate it. I think like in general, if when there's people who need help, if we would all donate just €1, £1, 1 kuna, 10 kunas is not a lot. It's like almost and 7 kunas is €1. So if you give little that doesn't affect you, but it helps someone else, that's always a good way to help others. So if we all group, um, I personally, um, I'm making a okay living with YouTube, and I'm grateful for that very much. So I really don't need or don't expect a lot of donations, but if I get the small donations, I'm very grateful as well to you guys. And I'm not gonna ask for them, but if I get them, I'm gonna be grateful. I want you to all, as always, as I said in my outros of videos, stay safe on the road, at home. I'm thinking always drive safe, adapt to the conditions, be smart, keep your eyes open. When driving, it's not just you, it's the others as well. You have to predict other people's reactions on the road, and safety always first. Put your seatbelts on. There's a lot of people in Croatia who just don't like using seatbelts, but they save your lives. Sometimes people just, and don't drink when you're driving. I'm always like zero alcohol, and stay healthy as well. Uh, Hopefully these pandemic times are behind us. I'm afraid these guys, the governments, will try to come back with the measurements and masks, but I'm hoping that there's a good common sense now and enough proof that we do not need to, live that way. We always have now option of vaccine if someone wants that. If he doesn't want, it's not necessarily that there's proof now that we recovered, that we can stay healthy. But always, if you feel that you need to get vaccination as an extra layer of protection, then that should be an option, but not something that's being forced. That's my personal opinion. But I'm trying to be a positive person even in the times when it's difficult. And for the channel now, I've experienced what I was talking with the drop in views. I'm not sure if it's YouTube or algorithm. It is always changing, but I've been trying to be consistent, just keeping uploads, keeping videos, and hoping people would, recognize what I do and the quality. And you guys did that, and ladies, of course. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, because I wouldn't be driving my dream car, the Tesla, if it wasn't you guys. That was my best reward, and I always have to thank my parents. So always respect your parents. They're the one who give you the most. They're the ones who are mostly patient with you, who support you, and I'm finally living on my own. But I always have to thank them, and of course the Almighty Lord. So always have faith in yourself, and if you ever think things are not going well, or that you're in a spot where you think you're not going forward, just thought of me. 6 years ago, I started doing this as a hobby. I couldn't imagine having a Tesla as a car. For me, that was unaffordable. That was beyond my reach. And this YouTube way of helping others through my videos kind of made me a decent living, because in Croatia we have small salaries, and I could say I make a decent salary. It's not fixated. It's always, depending on the views and the channel. So in a way, it is affecting me when the channel is not going well, but I still cannot complain. I'm still grateful to God and to the universe, whatever you the way whatever way you see it, that I am blessed with the work, that I can do something that I love. And also, I would say to everyone who's thinking of doing something that they like, but they're afraid that it might not go well, take a chance. Try it. I wasn't sure if this was going to work. I said, I'm going to try YouTube, and I'm going to see if it works. If it doesn't work, I'm going to, just cross it, I'd say I've tried, but don't leave yourself in doubt of never trying, of being afraid and not trying. You learn by trying. I didn't know a lot about cars when I started, but if you have internet, you can learn stuff. It's not about cars. In general, you now have the best opportunities in life to learn stuff. Sorry for a little off topic. Again, huge thanks to everyone. Stay follow, stay subscribed. Click the bell, all notifications if you already haven't. Follow my Instagram if you want to see what new cars I'm reviewing, and if I'm traveling, gonna be then the first to know. And thank you. Gonna wrap it here. See you in the next one. I will try to do a next live video like this, and I will announce it in the YouTube and on the Instagram. So I'll see if you guys want to talk about certain topic and about cars. I think we should do a like a car comparison. Everyone wants me to do comparison videos, but it's super hard to get like 2 cars or 3 cars in one place, and I have to find a driver also for that. So that's super problematic for me because I don't have a person. Once you take the car, it's your responsibility. If by God forbid some accident happens, I'm the one responsible for the car. Those cars are insured, but it's a huge hassle. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching again, and see you in the next one. I'm gonna end it here as soon as I find out where to end the live video. I think it's the X on the top. Yeah, that's it. So thank you guys and ladies, if there were ladies. Have a good night, and